Well, as you get older and you talk to people, you realize that everyone has problems. Sometimes family problems, sometimes relationship problems, sometimes money problems. No one in this world, whether they seem successful or whether they seem destitute, no one has a life with no problems. Everyone deals with life. It's the common thread of humanity. And everyone deals with life differently. Some have the emotional and mental, physical capacity to deal with life and to face it head on. Some people suppress the stress of life and fall into the traps of drugs and um, alcohol, things like that. Some overthink life. Some people over philosophize, become too much of thinkers. And so, somewhere in between, you'll find yourself at different seasons of your life, you'll be at different places. You know, how a 15-year-old person deals with life is different than a 45-year-old person. How a 95-year-old person is different than a 45-year-old person. So, remember, put everything in perspective, right? I'm different than I was 20 years ago, etc. Sean, great to see you. I appreciate you coming in. Adam, great to see you. Good evening, Sam. Hopefully your day was positive. I'm just heading home from work. Well, thank you. Drive safe. Appreciate you saying that. Hey, Christina. Yeah, my day was positive. I told the girl in Starbucks today. So every day is a little bit of positive, sometimes a little bit negative. But overall, my days are more positive than negative. Overall. At any time, a disaster can hit. But I intentionally, as I got older in life, put effort, time, and work into trying to make my life, for me, more positive than negative. I still get negative. I still have my own way of dealing with life. We all do. As a 41-year-old man, I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. Um, I don't have dysfunctional relationships. Every relationship has some dysfunction. Like as an example, I may talk to my mother and get sad on different things she's dealing with, but to deal with life, you cannot take on the sadness of everyone. You need to empathize, but if you drown in their sadness, now you have two people who are sad and no one's going forward. You have to learn to talk to people, whether you meet them in Starbucks, whether it's your people in your family, and you have to learn to empathize, meaning that you don't minimize what they're going through, but you're able to put it in a compartment in your mind where there's some that you may be able to help, but most you're not. Everyone's just got to go through it. They just need someone to talk to, because even if you want to help, people are independent and they want to do things the way they want, even if what they're doing and how they're dealing with life is making their life harder. If they're in a relationship they shouldn't be in, if you get too involved, you're going to destroy your life. If a family member is hoarding things in a storage unit, you will get stabbed if you try to take the stuff out of a storage unit of someone who's emotionally and mentally disturbed. It's just the way life is. ESP, it's great to see you. Love to you. Hope you're doing well with your career and your life goals. Shout out to you. Yeah, no, ESP is getting ready to deal with the winter if she decides to stay. It's still in the 70s here in New Jersey. Next week, we're down to the 60s. I'm debating if I'm going back to Florida this weekend or if I want to try to wait till the end of the month. Initially, that was my plan. We'll see. Um, how I deal with life at this point is I use my flexibility, because if I'm going to be a nomad, if I'm going to live out of my car, I'm going to tap into the greatest asset I have, which is flexibility. I don't need to be rigid. I have learned that, I'm not saying living in your car, but I have learned that downsizing and minimalism helps you deal with life better. Why? Less stuff you have, less people you need to involve, less stress you need to have about managing that stuff. And I will carry that with me. I'll still have to remind myself, remember, focus on that which is good, because we can easily get allured back into this trap of a storage unit or too much stuff or too much square footage, etc. Too big of a class B, too expensive of a class B, uh, anything, too much of a pickup truck, etc. David, very true. I had to tell my friend to get out of the car because he was crazy high. Even though David's saying he smokes weed, I don't do anything too dangerous with other drugs. Better alone. Yeah, no doubt. Again, I smoked weed and drank alcohol when I was young, into my early 20s. Um, and thank God some things could have went a different way. Remember when you're in a car with drugs, and anything, guns, paraphernalia, and depending on the situation, even if you're just driving in a car or whatever, it can get horrible. You can destroy your life. And once you go down that negative road, it's very hard to get out of. I was spared a few times, and I also did the work to get out of those situations. Again, for me, part of the way I dealt with life in my 20s was saying to myself, I have to get out of this immature state where I'm clubs, I'm in bad scenes, not with bad people. I had some good friends, always some bad people there, but mostly good people. But it wasn't the environment that was going to take me to my next level. And that's why I got involved with church for spiritual growth. Yes, because I was always spiritual, but mainly to develop myself. See, how you deal with life, you choose to get high or do you choose to work on yourself? Do you choose to go to Bible study, you study the Bible, or do you choose to, watch endless videos? However, then once you understand the dynamics of Bible or anything else, do you mind fuck it? Do you stay in church for 20 years and you still have unhealthy relationships? To me, the nomad life, you shouldn't need to live it more than 5 years to figure out what you want to do. In church, you shouldn't need to be in church more than 10 years. Everything else is babysitting. If you're in church for more than 10 years, the pastor should give you a blue wrench. You should give him 10%, and you should look at yourself that you've overdeveloped spiritually and you've underdeveloped in every other way. Spirituality, God, and faith should always stay with you. It's your foundation. But no one builds a house and stops at the foundation. You need to move on, okay? Because if not, you're going to be quoting all this stuff, doing all this stuff, but you're going to you're not going to move forward. That's the way I feel. And that's all I'm going to share tonight. Jason, hey, Sam, what's up, brother? Closed on my house on Friday. Congratulations. And he goes, checked, cleared today. Well, one is, congratulations. Two is, I know it's a very stressful time. You got through the major hurdle, which is closing. Whether you're selling or buying, closing and getting to that point is a major psychological, emotional, and financial big deal. However, you've gotten through it now. Now, if you bought something, you let it settle in, okay? Don't over improve. I went a little while when I first bought my condo at 22. Don't go looking to renovate every room and furnish every room. Just settle in. A couple weeks, a couple months, and little by little twinker. But just remember that the longer you own the property, that the easier it's going to be to deal with. Look, the first few years, it was a lot. But I was young, and I settled into owning a property. I didn't sell my property out of desperation, and I was able to manage my property. I was just getting frustrated with it. So, and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to live in Florida. I wanted a simpler condo, or not a condo, but a simpler way I wanted to live. So what I want to tell you is congratulations. You're going to figure it out. You're going to be able to manage it. And if it's in the area you like and you stay in there for a considerable amount of time, it's a good hedge on inflation. And, you got to live somewhere. So if you're not going to live in your car, then you're going to rent. And you should rent if you're in a transitional state. If you found out where you want to live and you can live and you can buy something below your means, then it's a personal decision based on personal thing. But congratulations, Jason. Love to you. I did have friends that threw me they came over for a housewarming, and I appreciate those friends. They were very gracious to me. So I hope that people encourage you, because if you go to baby showers and weddings, the least they could do is give you some housewarming stuff. But I want to tell you that I do look back, and I say to myself, there was different times in my life, whether friends, after I got in a car accident and I went to the prom or the housewarming, there was different people. As much as I like to be alone now, I am grateful for the positive people in my journey, okay, that were an encouragement in many different ways. Okay? But like I say, even these friends that were an encouragement, even great people, I tell you that in order to go forward, there's a level of your journey you have to walk alone. No matter how you deal with life, even if you got great people in your corner, your mother, okay, cannot tie your shoes your entire life. Your friends cannot always be with you. Your lover, if your emotional support dog dies, and you're looking to get another one, and you haven't even mourned it, you haven't even spent a year alone, you're underdeveloping. And I empathize with that. I see, my mom, siblings go through it. I lost a dog. But I say to myself, it's still not right, because there's a lot of work they need to do on themselves. And people who end up in a dysfunctional relationship, it's because they don't want to work on themselves. They deal with life by going right back to another relationship, by getting another dog, and they never work on themselves. Now, look, just because you don't get back in a relationship or you don't get another dog, you could still do nothing. I know people sleep all day, and that's up to them. That's not how I want to deal with life. That's why I'd rather be alone. The only way you go forward in life is if you're alone. If you live with someone who claims they have an emotional or mental disability and they're stopping you from going to another level, you're in jail. They're running the show. You're not running the show. And what I learned in life is that's fine if that's their house. If it's my house, no, someone who isn't able to make decisions for themselves, they're not going to make decisions on how we run this shit here. So, that's how I look at it, Christina, congrats, Jason. I agree. Thank you, Christina, for that positive comment. Oh, wait, I missed a comment. Forgive me, Sean. Sean said, I should be listing my Class B on RV Trader within a week. Okay. Can't wait to be free from that. That's an interesting comment. Thank you, Sean, for sharing. Yeah, it is true. There's some sayings out there that the best 2 days to have an RV is the day you buy it and the day you sell it. However, I have seen the mixed bag. I have seen some people, they fully got the use out of their Class B or RV. But it is true that the vast majority of people buy an RV, they underutilize it, especially for the amount they cost, and they sell it within 3 to 5 years. But the good news is for you is that it is an inflated economy. RVs are still going for much. So hopefully you can get it, at least break even. But even if you could just get it out of your life, if it doesn't serve your life anymore, is a blessing. So I'll be thinking about you, keeping you in my prayers, Sean. Thank you for sharing. That's interesting. Back to these live comments. Guys and girls, if I ever miss a comment, please forgive me. Type it again. Not doing it on purpose. Hal. My floor passed. Okay. So yeah, Hal's been working up to this inspection. He's working at a hospital. And so let's see what happened with his inspection with his company. They were inspecting to make sure it was cleaned properly. Everything was in order. It's like an audit. He goes, I was told they kept saying how clean everything was. Thumbs up to you and your team. 2 more days, I've been beat. Yes, a lot of, not just physical, but mental stress being, wanting to get through this. So I checked in, quick dip to bed. Well, Hal, I appreciate you checking in and sharing. I'm so proud and happy for you and your team. And again, how far you've come in a year is how you chose to deal with life. Last year, this time, I was doing a live feed. Okay. We were still in the mix of the pandemic. There was no vaccine. And you were out of work. And what'd you do since then? You got your own apartment. Okay. I remember that hurdle, getting approved, going through that. You started a new job in a new industry. Okay. You got offered another job. And now you got through an audit. Now you've been working for the same company for 3-4 months now. So how do you deal with life? Well, start now and refine it as you go. Because think of all the people who procrastinate, which is a little bit of a mental disability, emotional disability. When we're talking about starting something to improve your life, not buying. See, you should be slow to buy, but quick to improve your life and quick to enhance your income. Why? Because that is going to help you. Okay. So procrastination is dangerous when it comes to doing things that will help you. Okay? And I found that people who have storage units tend to procrastinate. I found that people struggle with getting over the hurdle of starting, and it becomes this mountain, a mole, a little tiny thing becomes a mountain. But I've also know that most people sell themselves short. I know that they have more gifts than they give themselves credit for. Sometimes when my mom gets a little bit wishy-washy, as far as feeling a little bit down or weak, I say, Ma, all you've been through in life, okay, you got the divorce, you worked 3 jobs, okay, you work night shift, you're still working now, okay, Don't sit, and she did some things she thought she couldn't do. You did a lot in your life. You could still do a lot as far as your intelligence and your ability. Okay. Don't let these people, don't start to believe you're some fucking moron. Okay. Some of you people, you sell yourself so damn short. Now, we all have different gifts. Okay. But like I say, guys, start. Okay. Start. That's what I tell you. Back to these live comments. Jason, thanks, Christina. Gonna miss Tower Wings. Okay. Twisto, what's up, brother? Celebration. Let's take a hydration break to that. Cheers emoji. What's up, man? Oh, yeah. This is Twister now working at Dunkin' Donuts. Yo, Sam, my manager put me on the first solo shift today. Okay. It was insane. Okay, good. Well, that's how you learn, going through insane shit. But I killed it. There you go. That's how you do it. I really proved myself. That's how you deal with life. You do it scared. Why? That's the only way to get it done. Everyone's scared. I'm scared every day of, it gets less the more you do something. But I was always scared, starting a new job or starting something new at a job. And you still get scared. You still get scared before doing a live feed. Everything's scary, but it gets easier as you do. How do you deal with life? Well, do it and you'll be less scared. Again, I'm not saying do everything, okay? But some people go skydiving and then they can't go to work. I mean, it's crazy. So, what are you going to do? He goes, and I really proved myself. There you go. As we say in Dunkin' Donuts, oh, God, it's not endgame. Oh, here we go with the Dunkin' Donuts pep talk before the damn shift. I'm pushing forward, Sam. I'm not mad at that. Never forget it. Yeah, I like that. I like how you put that on the end. Like, never forget. I like that. Yeah, good job, Toast. All right. Yeah, I like it. Early riser. What's up, man? Great tag name. I had a productive day. Productivity is the key. Why? Because a body emotion stays emotion. A mind being used stays in better mental health. A nap destroys your mental health. You feel bad about yourself. Depression creeps in, and it's a disaster. I saw it today with my mom. Okay. And my mom knows it, but I'm not going to push her too much. I know who she, but she said, Sam, I saw her after work. I said, Mom, how are you? She goes, I was in bed most of the day arguing with, your sister, this. And, she goes from one extreme to another. Either she's doing everything, okay, or she's doing nothing. And I'll tell you right now, as much as I worry sometimes when she pushes herself, when she does nothing, it's horrible. And I'm telling you right now, you seniors, you nap takers, you lazy motherfuckers, okay, I understand it. I wouldn't yell at you. I won't yell at my mom. But in this inner sanctuary of this live feed and my mindset, I tell you, get your ass out of bed early. Don't take a nap. 6 to 8 hours sleep is healthy. Anything longer than that is a disaster. And I'm telling you right now, if you're arguing with your daughter in her 40s, you're going to be arguing with her for the rest of your life. And getting her to get rid of a storage unit, you might as well get into a steel cage wrestling match with Satan. That's right. Because she'll thumbs down, or he'll thumbs down anything that touches their stuff, even though they don't use their stuff, even though they want another dog and they'll pay for it, but they won't pay for their storage unit. Yeah, I know who I'm talking to. I know who's a spire lurker. Okay, don't tip a stripper. Okay, tip your mom, work on your life, don't get another dog, and get rid of your storage unit. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, let me be your social worker, okay? But you won't go see a social worker even though you can get free housing, because you won't go to see people who help you. But then when you get in trouble, you say no one wants to help you. Everyone wants to help you, but you want to sleep late, you want to complain. And what I want to tell you is this: let's get rid of the Cash App, okay? And let's get moving in life, guys, okay? Because what I could tell you is this: let's live alone if we can help it, okay? Because it is a disaster out there. That's true. My man, Early Riser. I had a productive day overall. Good job. But feeling a little down. It's okay. I appreciate you sharing that. That's part of life. He was feeling a little down last couple hours, though. That's normal. Not sure why. It's just normal. High tide, low tide. The ocean has a high tide, low tide every day. Okay. So how do you deal with it? Well, again, you structure your day. You wake up early. You do something productive, your work or something productive. You exercise. You don't take naps, you eat healthy, you don't drink, you don't smoke, and when in doubt, go for a walk. If you do all these things, even if you feel a little bit down, after a walk, you'll feel better, number one. And then even if you don't, look, by 10 o'clock, you're so tired, you're exhausted. And I recommend watching porn, masturbating once a day. And yeah, that's a great day. Okay, so If you do all those things, yeah, you'll figure it out. Just attempting to accept it and keep it going. Yeah, just accept it, keep it going, keep showing up. People are envious of you. Why? Because most people couldn't even articulate their negative thoughts in a calm, civil way like you. Most people are children. So you're an adult, you're doing the best you can. Christina, congratulations. Hal, I agree. Christina, thank you for being an encourager. Hal, thanks. Adam, congratulations, Hal. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Hal. Good job. Freedom Mobile Living, entrepreneur, living on the road. He puts it in all caps so you psychopaths understand his mindset, okay? This is the type of guy who wants to live on his terms. Let's talk to him. He goes, good evening, Sam. I just sold my 2014 RAV4. Liquidate when possible, especially if you don't use it, in which I was living. Okay, what's your plan now? And dissolve one of my companies. Okay, most businesses fail. That's why I always tell you guys, the most money you'll ever make is working for someone else, mainly a corporation. Do DoorDash on the side. If you want to do investments, do them on the side. If you want to start a business, doing on the side. Why? Because now you got a main job with benefits, retirement, and you're building up your savings. You got DoorDash, which is a very reliable side hustle, Uber, Instacart. And you start your own business, which is a little bit more risky, but now you've mitigated risk. And you got some investments, which could also be risky, but that's your fourth hustle. You got four hustles. You got four legs to a stool. If one fails, is it sad? Of course. But if it's one of four, you're fine. If it's your only one, we got to call social worker. He goes, dissolved one of my companies, Green CO2, and took a Service 2017 ProMaster and moved into it. Okay. Hold up. Hal's letting us know he's been a member for 11 months. Green money bag background. Another month of rocking out with the realest out there. I'm doing the best I can, even though I'm human. I have failed, and I've had to apologize in life. But I'm not going to live timid. I'm not going to live defeated. I'm going to do the best I can while I got the energy and spit fire flame. He goes, keep being you, Sam. Thank you for the gracious comment. Everyone hit that super chat and show how long you've been a member. Yeah, that's a great feature. I don't think it costs anything, but I haven't done it. But basically, yeah, I guess there's a feature. If you've been a member for several months, you can click that and it'll show me Hal's been a member for 11 months. Do I appreciate that? Yes. Does he owe me anything in the future? No. Guys, if you got your own problems in life, go do you. I'm doing me. I respect you. I love you, but I have gratitude for those who are able to rock with me. And thank you, Hal, for that. And my man, Freedom Mobile Living, I know you've been with me for a while too. So one is, yeah, if you had a business that wasn't yielding a profit, that's, hold up, $10. It's Sissy Taylor. I seen her on Rusty channel. She's more positive than the trolls that Rusty reads their comments. I don't really watch Rusty anymore. Why? Because I moved on to another psychological level. I found that most people just want him to read their psychopath comments, and I'll just check in on them from here and there. But once in a while, I see good people like Sissy Taylor. And Sissy Taylor, you're so positive. Don't let anyone, including me, make you feel like you got to give. You do what you got to do for you, because I see you out there. You're very positive in the comment sections. And we're dealing with a lot of psychopaths out there. So Sissy Taylor, love, respect, and appreciation to your positive soul. Don't let people take advantage of you. You are a gem even when you're not seen. I want you to continue to deal with life by working on yourself, only being involved with reciprocal relationships. And if people don't like you for who they are, Sissy Taylor, fuck them, okay? Because you'll be spending the rest of your life chasing them with a dog treat and a super chat. I want to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart with respect, and I appreciate that with all my heart. God bless you, Sissy Taylor. You keep being that positive gem. We got Twister showing 7 months on the channel. This guy's been tearing it up for 7 months too. Dunkin' Donuts finest. You know what it is. He gonna move up though, big time. He gonna make a lot of money in his life. He goes, love to you, Sam. It's all love, man. I'm very proud of your work ethic and your positivity. Love to you. Now, look, I always tell you, I Twisted dealing with life too. He's got a sibling who's got a physical or mental disability. He's got family issues. We all do. See, that's the thing. The more you go through life, you're going to realize everyone got problems. Some people may got worse than others, but everyone's dealing with something. So he goes, love to everyone in the chat. That's all love. ESP, she is one of the longest members, okay? 15 months. I only think Jesse O, Sabrina, and maybe a couple other. I see Fred Smith is still there. I want to tell you, ESP, 15 months, that's over a year, been a member. Okay. She's from Alaska. I'm from South Florida. Okay. Can you believe, okay, that a woman from Alaska who thought the best looking guy on YouTube was Nate from Element Van Life, till she said, this guy not really making money, okay, and, we know he's going to end up living in that, mobile home with girls. I don't know if this guy's really fiery, and that guy, he's a little lazy, I don't know, he's got good energy, but he's not negative. I don't want to be disrespectful. ESP, I've enjoyed listening to you, Sam, while I work. Well, I respect your hustle. Like what I always tell you, ESP, you can make $100,000 as long as you believe in yourself, and when in doubt, take the promotion. And I believe you can do it in San Diego. But I also believe you love Alaska, so what should you do? Whatever you want. Never forget it. I've done it while working in the office, and I want to promote you. Before the pandemic, I remember that. And now listening while working in the van. They can't find good workers, but I could tell you, ESP putting out work every day, ever since I've known her. And that's why they want to promote her. And that's why I tell her, when in doubt, take that promotion. Why? If you're going to work 40 hours, you might as well maximize your income. As long as you're not working a job you dread, but until you find a better job, work that job and find another job. Get 4 hustles going on. All right, guys, back to my man, Freedom Living. Look, you did the right thing getting rid of a business that wasn't producing an income. It takes about 3 to 5 years to see if you have a money-producing business or a money-losing business or a flat break-even hobby. And he also left another comment. I know I'm going out of order, but I want to get his whole thing in perspective. He goes, now my business is Welton Famous Dogs. Hot dog cart, that's my man David Lopez doing that same shit. Ride local ride share. That's always going to get you a couple $1,000s a month, that ride share. That's why I tell you, how you doing that with the ProMaster, though? Unless you have the City ProMaster, because the big ProMaster, that's not too fuel efficient. And then he goes, on occasion, Lyft, DoorDash, and delivery. That's interesting. Sean, $3 super chat. You know what it is. Get the conservative accountant out of bed, okay? Because we got a profitable business on YouTube. 4 years on it. 1 year did it for free. Basically 2 years, less than minimum wage. And I think we've broken the minimum wage algorithm this year. So we'll see what the final tally is. Thank you very much, Sean, for that gracious tip. Same advice to you. Keep doing your thing. Love and appreciation. Thank you, Sean, for sharing your journey. And thank you, man. I know you shared. I know Sean shared the other day. Like, he's going through some mental things. Everyone deals with life. No one is not dealing with something. However, when you can honestly admit on what you're working through, try to work on it, that's better than just leaving nasty comments or being difficult to deal with. Because when you say, look, I'm struggling with this, I'm trying to work on it, it shows that someone is focused on improving their life. When someone is just causing problems and they're difficult to deal with, you ain't going to change them, and they're going to destroy everything in their path. So just let them be. Thank you, Sean. And interesting, Freedom, about your journey. So yeah, but I guess you could do it if you're ProMaster. ProMaster probably still get 15, 20 miles per gallon. Hal, back to these comments in live order. If I miss a comment, please write it again. Hal, Adam was good. I appreciate that. Love. Twisted. No, Sam. I meant, as you say, Dunkin' Donuts is not. Oh, yeah, not that. Okay, yeah, I was a little confused. I thought you was giving me the Dunkin' Donuts slogan. I thought that was their slogan. Thank God. Hal. Sam's going in. Yeah, I'm just doing me. Thank you, Hal. I appreciate that. ESP, congrats, Hal. I agree with that. Early rise. Nice job, Hal. I agree. Hal did that showing. Yeah, he told us something, too. I didn't know you can do that. Thank you for sharing that. If you're a member, you can show how long you've been a member. If you're a member in here, hit that feature so I can see how long you've been a member. That's interesting. Hal's been a member for 11 months. My girl, Sissy Taylor, one of the most positive people on YouTube comments. Thank you, Sissy Taylor, and love to you. Shout out to Texas, if that's where you're from. Twista, been a member for 7 months, going strong. ESP, one of my longest members, 15 months. Jason, Sam, I'm originally from Michigan. A lot of people I met on YouTube from Michigan, I think, because they all want to move to Florida. He goes, before I moved to Fort Wayne. Oh, okay, Texas. Is that Texas, Fort Wayne? Since then, I bought a house in Michigan. Really? Went back and started growing marijuana. Not my thing, but to each their own. With my very knowledgeable business partner. I'm sure you can make money. Best move to date. Yeah, I mean, like I always tell you guys, I tell you straight up, that's not my thing. I don't want to smoke it, don't want to sell it, don't want to be by it. But It's legal in many states. I don't know, and federally now I don't even think they do it. So yeah, if it's working for you and if it's a healthy, if you're around healthy, positive things and it works for you, I'm not mad. Just not my thing. Oh, hold on a second. We got a super chat here. Ahmad, what's up, Ahmad P? $4.99 working out. Yes, work out 5 to 6 days a week in the gym. Don't have to go crazy. Just a light workout and go for a walk every day, about 3 times a day. Ahmad, love, respect, and appreciation to that super sticker. You know what it is. Stay positive, stay away from toxic people and things, and keep working on your life. God bless you and thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so that's interesting, Jason, how giving flowers while you're still here. Now, you've been look, the vast majority of people on the channel, including you, Hal, definitely you, been very positive, very loving. I feel very bad when there's conflict, but it's life. That's, I try to do as best I can to always make disclaimers about I'm going to get intense here, I'm going to do this, I'm being me. But yeah, it's like everything. It's not easy to keep people together. So, and I totally always give people freedom. If I start to not be what you need, leave, because I don't want to keep people against their will, and I don't want to dictate to people. I go live every day, God willing, and I basically share a mindset with a structured topic. Okay. But I'm not going to be a babysitter. I know what people want. Most people just want someone to talk to. And I get that. And I've done that. I've put in the work. I've done that. But at this season of my life, I'm going to a certain level with the mindset, with my time management, that I'm not doing that. So, but I want to say that I appreciate every kind word. Thank you. Sean, thank you again, Sean, for everything as well. Being a political junkie, that'll tear your mental health up, is unhealthy. I agree with that. Now, but I'm not a person that sticks my head in the sand. So I have no problem, and I think it's wisdom to engage in a level or have an awareness of politics and because life is politics, and have an understanding of what's going on. Everyone has their own viewpoint. And I do believe you should say where you stand on certain things, because if not, evil prevails when good people do nothing. You got to say, and maybe people disagree with you, but I believe in that. But as far as like the overconsumption of politics, it's a total rat trap. He goes, similar to too much religion. I agree with that. I learned that lesson myself. The only thing necessary for triumph of evil is good men do nothing. Yep. So to say that you like free porn and say that you made your money in a liberal state and then you moved to a conservative state. That's what I tell you. He goes, gotta be open-minded. Yeah, me too. I definitely believe that. It's tricky. It's not easy. You damn right, Sean. That's true. Freedom. Now my business is, oh yeah, he was talking about the hot dog stand like David does. Oh yeah, the ride share, we read this, and the occasional lift or DoorDash. Yeah, that's interesting that you can do that with the ProMaster. Sean, thank you again. Christina, I'm from Fort Wayne. Is that Texas? Christina says, Jason. Ahmad, thank you again, brother. Appreciate that love. Jason, at Christina, baby. I was in the 808. Is that Texas? State and Taylor by Tower Bar and Grill. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Christina couldn't find the feature, but she said she's been a member for 3 months and 24 days. Well, I appreciate the flowers and the encouragement. You've been very gracious to me, Christina. And you hung in there because, I get a little wild. So I appreciate that. Early riser. Sam, is there a scripture that talks about how God wants us to thrive because he lives through us, or do I have that wrong? How God... No, I mean, there's a scripture that says our bodies are the temple of God. There's a quote that says the abundance of God is a human fully alive. That wasn't in the Bible, though. It was by a philosopher, a Christian philosopher. So, like I said, the Torah, which is the Jewish Old Testament part of the Bible, the New Testament and the Old Testament, which is the Christian version, the Quran, the Buddhist writings. Bottom line, guys, it all depends on where you were born and what you were taught. I believe in Jesus' overall philosophy. I'm thankful that he stood up to religious leaders. And what I just tell you is that there is a scripture where Jesus says you're supposed to do better things than him. Okay. So if you ever get to the point where you think all the answers are in the Bible and you're not supposed to add anything, you don't read the scripture. And you don't understand how the scriptures themselves were put together. The scriptures, and this is probably true of all religions, there's some things in there that will totally help you improve yourself. There's some things in there that are so negative and toxic, they'll totally trap you mentally. There's a reason why many people who are mentally ill become engulfed in religion. And I understand, and I went through some similar things, is that there was no mental health awareness for centuries of human existence. So everything was just classified in spirituality. And it became a toxic way to generalize everything. Now, that being said, I still believe some people with mental problems are demonic assholes. Because I've met people with mental problems, physical problems, disabilities. Some are good, some are bad. It's like anything else. So, and I don't make excuse for that shit. I'm like, look, I get you got a problem, but you ain't gonna do no crazy shit like that, you know? So, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, bottom line is the scriptures are found in self-care. The better you take care of yourself, and when you recognize that you can be humbled at any time, but you also don't live as a timid creature that lets the psychopath run your life. When you develop wisdom and discipline your mind, every scripture will be illuminated with regards to making you aware of the direction to go in your life. Okay. And when in doubt, keep it simple. When in doubt, don't get involved in relationships or situations that the people who are in those situations, if you look at their own life, there's misery. Because then you are following the blind. And I don't care what religion they are or no religion they are. They're the blind. And I know this. I know there is a scripture that says this. The blind cannot lead the blind. Okay. So there's a level of your journey you must walk alone. Not in isolation, not in psychopath grandeur that you know everything, but to a level where you got to walk alone. $10 super chat, my man, Freedom Mobile Living, reconstructing his journey. He goes, I also own a Toyota Avalon. Okay, that's a nice car, sedan type car for the rideshare. Oh, there you go. Okay. The 2017 ProMaster I use for transporting and the hot dog cart. Okay. Well, both could be a tax deduction. So that's wisdom. And I think about that with a home base. Really, with a home base, I can't deduct much other than property taxes. You can make a home office, but the ProMaster, big depreciation if you're going to use it for the hot dog stand. The Avalon, if you're using that for DoorDash, again, you get part of that, whatever, 41 cents a mile, right down if you do it like that, or if you itemize it. So, freedom, what you have learned is what every business owner learns. That every business doesn't succeed, but through every business you open and every opportunity you do, you're going to be smarter, stronger, and you are eventually going to find something that works out very successfully. And even if it doesn't, you spent your entire life doing stuff, staying active, staying inspired, and even if you end up dead broke, one is you're never going to end up dead broke if you always do something. Yeah, never. You're never going to be dead broke if you're always willing to work. But even if you don't end up mega rich, Freedom on Living, and everyone listening, this is the word of the Lord. You're going to spend your life doing something, being productive, not taking a nap and seeing if you can make people upset in a live chat. Yeah, not taking a nap and being a thorn in the side of everyone you live with. You're deciding that, look, I know everyone's got to deal with life, but I'm actually going to try to serve society while working on my passion. Because believe me, there's some people that take a nap, they need a hot dog. Believe me, there's some people, they got to order their food. They can't leave their house. You're serving society, brother. God bless you. My man, Jason, $9.99 super chat. Sam, I am Chaldean. I don't know what that means. Babylonian people from Iraq. Okay. I speak Aramaic, love and respect. Jesus language. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Bible and Jesus, yeah, it's all like Middle Eastern. Aramaic, Greek, etc. So like I said, I dated a Spanish chick. I kept saying, "Donde estás el baño?" Which is how do you get to the bathroom? And she like, "I'm tired of hearing that shit. I want to hear something else. I ain't got nothing else." So yeah, well, love and respect to you and everyone out there. One thing I've learned as I gotten older, and one thing I learned growing up in New Jersey, okay, where I had friends from the Middle East, Brazil, Haiti, Chinese, American, Jewish, Christian. I mean, guys, I grew up in an area where you had every type of person. And, most of your childhood, you don't think nothing of it until you get older, and then you start to think more of it. So that's a lesson we all must always remember, and it kind of, but that's the value of growing up in a diverse area is that, even though, everyone's got their own prejudice or everyone, has got their own groups because people are social and tribal. People are social and tribal. Okay. And that's why even within Christianity, you got tribes. Even within Islam, you got tribes. You got Sunni and Shia. Even within Jewish, you got different sects. So, look, you got Bloods and Crips. You got all this shit. You got the Native Americans, the Indians. They had tribes, Aztec, etc. So, guys, humans are social beings and they're tribal. They go in groups. There's a few that are antisocial, which could be negative for your mental health if you don't connect with people enough. And there's a few that are total psychopaths where they totally think they're smarter than everyone else and they look down on everyone that associates in social and group settings. They call everyone sheep, even though they're the total sheep. So, bottom line, no one is better than anyone, but you're not beneath anyone. So what should you do? You should do you, okay? And you should know that everyone who in a negative tone calls someone else a sheep, they're ignorant, they're probably undereducated, their life. Look at their life. Don't look at their words. Look at their life. If you always want to know how do you judge someone, how do you discern them, how do this is a scripture here that Jesus taught us. How do you know who someone is? Look at their life. Look at their relationships. Look at the way they take care of themselves, the way they take care of other people. And what you're going to find is there's an old man who acts nice, but his own son doesn't want to talk to him, and he calls everyone else sheep. And the truth is he's a blind owl. And the Lord exposes him by his very dried up, rotten fruit. You could smell it from the highest level or the deepest level of hell. It's sulfur. And that's the message of the Lord. Now let's take a hydration break, go back to these live comments. Thank you guys for the love. Interesting comments. Show up, structure your day, structure your life, you go forward. If you haven't already, click that thumbs up, leave a comment if you're a member, or if you're watching on the low, share the video. Back to these live comments. If I miss a comment, leave one again. Jason, I think I was at Jason last. Oh, no, Christina. Yeah, Christina was saying, oh, no, Fort Wayne's, Indiana. Well, shout out to Keith. He got the job transfer to Naples, Florida. Welcome to that elitist club, Keith. Once you go to Naples, you don't go back. Even though I got my man Journey with Jordan, he watched the channel for a long time. His family went back to Naples. Went back to Tennessee. But Naples is one of the best areas if you like Southwest Florida. So I didn't know if Fort Wayne is in Indiana. That's interesting. And again, I always share videos about the Ultimate Warrior, who was a wrestler turned motivational speaker, who I guess he made a video talking about he was from Indiana, and he didn't understand until he got older and started traveling with wrestling how much weather affected him. And a lot of the people he knew in Indiana were very negative and depressed. And he thought a lot of it was weather related because he felt very different when he moved to Arizona. And even when he spent time in Florida and Texas, he felt like the sun and the better environment helped him mentally. And that always stuck with me because that was on my journey getting out of the Northeast, getting out of New Jersey. Like I said, because New Jersey, diversity and economically is one of the best states. Okay. You make your money in New Jersey, you retire in Florida. You don't make your money in Florida and go somewhere else. Many people I know who grew up in Florida, they're financially not that doing well off. So they left Florida to do better financially. Yeah, that's my actual experience. And then they go back to Florida. So, all right, back to these live comments. But now things are different with remote work. Life is different today than it was 10 years ago. Definitely was different today than it was 30 years ago. Definitely. So now you don't have to live in a state your entire life and wait to move to Florida. Why? Now you got the gig economy, you got online work, you got job transfers that Keith just got. And so now it's not your father's economy. It's a whole new economy. And some people living in yesterday, and they're going to miss their tomorrows. That's true. Now we're talking to Jason on, he goes, because he was talking about he grows marijuana and sells it. He goes, I don't smoke or drink, just a natural, born, hardworking man. Okay. With great people around me. Well, there you go. You answered your own question. So if it's working for you, you're not doing anything illegal, and you got good people around you and you're happy, you don't need anyone else's approval. Yeah, including mine. Keep doing you. Peyton Nolan. One of my favorite Bible verses is the one where he tells you not to love the world or anything in it. Yeah, Jesus definitely said that. Now, obviously, I take it in context, and I don't believe everything in the Bible, but I believe in the mindset of be a positive, productive person in society. Okay. But don't cling to life on this earth. Don't mind fuck that you're going to take a nap and wait for the afterlife to make it better. But there's a suffering in this world that we all know. We all deal with life. Some, you're in a greater suffering than others. So we know that we're not in heaven. Why do we know that? Because there's some suffering here. Again, do we know for sure there's a heaven? It's by faith. There's no way. You know that for sure. But the problem I have with that philosophy, as far as spirituality and people talking about like the afterlife in this world, the next world, is that many people are sitting on the bench this go around in this world, and they're banking everything on the next world. And I'm not mad at that. I hope there's a great next world. But to me, if God gave you the responsibility to be alive, and some people are born with bad hand, but look, a lot of people, they don't have that bad of hand. They make their hand worse by taking a nap, by not doing nothing. Because, we all got to put in the work of our life. I mean, I hate to tell you, I don't know why. I wish it wasn't like that. But I'm saying all that to say, if you're not willing to put in any work to get out of an unhealthy relationship, to improve your finances, emotional health, mental health, physical health, if you're not willing to put in any work, order a pizza. Okay. Click the thumbs down, spend most of your day online, and have horrible mental health. Do I care? Yeah, I feel bad for you, but I know what it is to live with you. I look at your fruit. Yeah, I could see right through the sulfur of all the relationships in your life, how you deal with people when you don't get what you want, and how you hate the message of self-care. And look, if life is that bad, why are you online? Go do something else. Why you even have the internet? I'll tell you why, because everyone in real life got tired of dealing with you. So now you're in this delusional ninth dimension of fiber optics, and you think, okay, that if you push how you feel, and if people don't speak how you feel, the world is unfair to you. Instead of you creating your own channel, your own life, and building your own life, you have no authority over me. You have no authority over anyone else, and that's why you got a restraining order, because you think you got authority over the mailman. You can't even control your own thoughts. You can't discipline your mind. Nah, I know who I'm talking to. Not you, Peyton on, but this is a spiritual thing. I know who I'm talking to. Freedom. Thank you again for that gracious tip, and thank you for sharing. I know we read this already, but that's an interesting journey. There's a lot of ways to make money in today's economy. It's true. And again, even if you're not rich, you should never starve to death. Why? Because you can always make money on the gig economy if you got a driver's license. If you don't have a driver's license, and if you can't work, you're always going to get subsidized housing, EBT cards, and Medicaid. So in a first world country, guys, no one's starving to death. So most people are buying extra stuff at Costco. Now, does that make the suffering of life easier to deal with? No, there's still a lot of suffering, but all I can tell you is it does make it easier than going back 200 years ago, okay, where people didn't have the modern amenities of today. Yeah, so 2021 is better than 1921. Early riser. Yes, self-care is huge. Never tell someone who's not taking care of themselves that self-care for the win. Why? Because I'll tell you, you know them by their fruit. They'd rather get another service pet than self-care. I want to tell you right now, that's bad news. Keith, our newest elitist, everyone in Naples, you know what it is. The overinflated economy in Naples, get ready for another elitist from the northern states coming down there, okay, to make South Florida what it really is, the melting pot tropics of the elitist. Keith B worked his whole damn life, 30 years at FedEx, okay. He could have said, okay, I can't do it. I can't go down there, okay. Or he could have said so many things. And you know what I told Keith? You worked 30 years for FedEx. If you work 30 years doing anything, you don't got nothing to prove. And you're stronger, you're smarter, you got more to offer than most people. If you've worked a job for more than 3 years, how would you even say to yourself you can't do something else? You can do it. Okay. You say that's corny. I'll say, you know what's corny? I don't even want to say it because there was a very nice thing I wanted to say. I don't want to say that. Why? Because sometimes, even though I got a very funny thing, I'll pull myself back because I don't want to unnecessarily hurt people. Even though once in a while I smack that ass. Keith, inspirational nomad, love and appreciation to you. Keith, I tell you the same thing I told Hal. When Hal got his job and he didn't need me, maybe I lit a fire under his ass, but I was a spark plug. He had his engine running. I'll tell you the same thing, and I tell everyone listening. If I spark something in you, and now your engine's running, you're already basically in Naples, you don't need me. Okay. And anyone who gives you any encouragement, help, guidance, inspiration along your way, if they tell you anything different, they're out their damn mind. You don't owe me 10%. You don't owe me membership. You don't owe me super chat. You don't owe me shit. If I never speak to you again, you go down there and you kick ass the way you're supposed to. I thank you for every gracious thing you've done for me. There's been a reciprocal relationship. But I want to tell you now, you got your engine going. Okay, that shit is fucking revving. Okay. So what I want to tell you is nice and easy. Don't get one of these fast cars and drive around Naples. Okay, go nuts. Nice and easy. You make sure when you get to Naples, you go to the Venetian. The Venetian is a shop area, okay, very high-end area. I know the area, okay? You tell all my old gilfs down there, I got some gilfs down there, that I'll be there during Christmas time. I'll slide through real quick. No one's going to know. But you let them know in the Venetian, okay, when the Christmas tree is lit and the gilfs, okay, are drinking, okay, on that little bar restaurant in the Venetian on the little corner, okay, that's got the outside scenery, outside eatery, overlooking the canal. You tell them inspirational nomad shall return. And when I return, okay, if I got a home base, okay, I'm coming, okay, with the square top shoes. I'm coming with the fancy boxer brief underwear. Okay. I'm coming. Okay. Now I'm not going to do that again. I'm not doing it again. You just let them know that I'm probably going to be wearing N1 shorts for life. Why? You get to a certain point of elitist, like, for me, that shit don't even move me no more. Okay. So all I could tell you is you've achieved something that most people talk themselves out of, which is growth. And you didn't need me really to sell you. All you need to do is look at your own life. Some people, they work their way up. And they think by me telling them they can do something that I'm leading them astray. All I'm trying to say is look what you've done with your life. Many of you in here, and many of you who watch, who don't comment, and many people who hate me now, if they were being honest, if they look at their own life, they can do more than they think they can do because they've already done it. But I can't spend my entire life trying to convince people that they can do it because I've seen people destroy their life doing that. So a spark plug only lasts for this long. But that's all it takes. Because once your spark got, the engine should be running. Once you get what you need, you got it. Okay. If you got to go back to therapy for 20 years, if you got to go to church for 20 years, you might as well get 20 service dogs. Okay. And you might as well take away your thumbs down. You might as well leave my channel. Why? Because I already dealt with those type of people in life. And I got love for them. I got empathy. I hope they go to heaven quick. I hope they don't suffer. I know what life is. But I know what it is for me to deal with them. And I don't help them. They don't help me. It's a dysfunctional relationship. So I just say, I understand, and I keep boundaries. How do you deal with life? I have boundaries. That's how I deal with it. Guys, I don't go around saying, I hope this person fucking sucks. I got boundaries to move on with my life. That's emotional and mental maturity. Okay. Do I still get upset? Of course, guys, I'm human. There's some people who want to get upset. I'm human. Okay. So, but I'll tell you this, I'm not going back to this baby game. Okay. What are we talking about? We're talking about dealing with life. You're going to have to learn to do this. Okay. Everyone's got their own journey. So, Keith, congratulations. I know I went on a long thing with that, but this is a very special day for you. Okay. And we want to celebrate you like Hal. And like Hal says, give the flowers. And don't let anyone guilt trip you. Okay. Because you put in the work. Okay. Oh, Blue Diamond. Dan Diamond, 199. I don't know where he's at. What's up, brother? Hey, dude. How are you, buddy? We're doing the best we can. You from Upper Michigan still? Damn, Dan Diamond went from Palm Coast, Florida to something, Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, something, Gainesville, something. And then now he's in Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So, Dan Diamond, love to you, brother. Remember, healthy habits and stability and 3 months of consistent healthy behavior is the way to break toxic addictions. I love you, even if you never break those addictions. Because I got people I love, they're going to struggle probably with addictions their whole life. But I have boundaries for people. Why? Because I don't want to struggle with addictions. Okay, I got my own shit. I got to keep myself going forward. Okay? So what am I telling you? I'm telling you I appreciate you. I'm telling you I thank you for sharing your journey honestly. And I tell you, it's almost November. And if you're a nomad, get the hell out of Upper Michigan as it gets into November. However, if you're a recovering drug addict, you need stability, you need a good support system, and you need about 3 months of consistent behavior. And then you need to be very careful on who you associate with and where you go. Why? Because, guys, the strip club is for your 20s. In your 30s, 40s, the strip club is basically the same thing as the after party for rehab. Yeah. The strip club is the after party for rehab, guys. And what I can tell you is this. Ain't no one in the strip club but Unstoppable Morgan's boyfriend, okay, and some people, maybe they're young, maybe they're old. I don't know, guys. There's some people out there. Be careful out there, okay? I've been there, okay? And so I love you. Let's take hydration, but guys, I'm late on these comments. We're going to do it. You know what it is. I hope, forgive me if I miss a comment, guys. Early rise. Yeah, self-care is the way. I completely agree with that. Me too. Jason. Oh, yeah, Jason was, I read this already, but he was sharing what his background was. Peyton Nolan saying, Shaladon is Jewish, right? Question mark. Christina, Jason, that's cool. Jason, that's Catholic. I never heard of that. I grew up Catholic, Roman Catholic. Peyton Nolan. That's right, my bad. I was thinking Shabbat. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, even in the same religion, there's so many different denominations and sects. I'm not going to share that. Yeah, I just say, yeah. Sean, humans are a problem species. That's the Bigfoot told me before getting on his UFO. It'll be okay, though. Yeah, that, I hope that's some funny shit, because that, be careful out there. Now, I know we got some people that like outer space. I know ESP's into, like, astronomy. And yeah, I don't know. Look, I think it's delusional at this point. Well, Bigfoot, I like the movie Bigfoot. Like, there was a movie, Harry and the Hudson. Remember Harry and the Hudsons or something? There was a movie in the 90s or 80s, Harry and the Hudsons. And I hope that's a joke, because if not, yeah, keep working on your mental health, man. Because Bigfoot, UFOs, that's, you got to be careful. Now, I know what you're saying, like, life's tough to deal with. So maybe there's a Bigfoot, maybe there's UFOs. Well, it's possible. But, to me, if there is a UFO, if there is a Bigfoot, what does it really matter? It doesn't stop us from having to wake up early, be productive, take care of ourselves, don't take naps, try to eat healthy. Again, this is what the message is when you're dealing with life. Don't get distracted. See, the mind that's not disciplined will spend hours looking into UFOs, conspiracy theories, and Bigfoot. When you can't control any of that. You could have spent those same hours developing yourself, working, making money, working out, feeling better about yourself, going for a walk, getting some fresh air, developing yourself. And many people, especially when they have a lazy mind, their mind takes control of them and they go on this like whirlwind of nothing. You got to discipline the mind. Don't hurt yourself. I'm saying from a mindset, you got to take those thoughts captive and you got to say, what am I doing? That's all. Don't go crazy. Just say, what am I doing? I got to focus and catch yourself. When you feel your mind drifting, catch yourself. And I'm saying this like in not a literal way. And that's why a lot of people have mental problems. They take the Bible and everything literally. And that's why they hang people, they kill people. They still do this and shit in archaic places in the world. I'm telling you, you gotta visualize all right, I'm getting wild here. Okay, let me pull myself. I'm getting too sad. I'm taking on too many burdens of others. I have to empathize, but then I have to take these thoughts captive. I gotta focus the mind. Oh, now if you kiss a frog, you turn into Hillary Clinton's daughter. Oh, now if we follow Trump, we go into the 9th dimension of freedom. Guys, girls, delusion begins when the mind controls every thought. You need to control the thought. And if you can't control it, you got to work on it, okay? Work with people. Not every psychiatrist knows everything. Not every doctor knows everything. But you got to get a numerous counselors. And everyone's situation is different. Lisa. What's up, Lisa? Hey, great to see you. Lisa's in here very, not that frequently. So welcome, Lisa. My first time sleeping in my car in a neighborhood. I never do that. How'd that go? Always been before truck stops or rest areas. Yeah, well, fingers crossed. If you can, I have done it maybe once or maybe 1 to 3 times. I've slept in a neighborhood in the course of my about 5 years on the road. And I never felt comfortable. I try to avoid it unless it's a complete emergency. Why? Because there's no excuse, and if I owned a house, I would call someone on it. And if you get the knock, it really it could be an issue. Like if you get the knock at a rest area or truck stop, it's like, unless you abused it and you already got the knock. All I can tell you is fingers are crossed. I have done it, so I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I've only done it like 1% of time on the road. So my testimony and my sharing to you is make it the exception, not the rule. The ultimate nomad commandment, when in doubt, keep it moving. All my nomads out there, if you don't remember anything I say, when in doubt, keep it moving. Good job. Keith, thank you again for that gracious tip. Naples about to get another rock star. You know what it is. No state income tax for life. Twister. Congrats on the job transfer, Keith. I'm so happy for you. Twister, it's only a matter of time before we're celebrating that 6 figures engineering job. But gradually build your way up. Ain't going to happen overnight. Christina, congrats, Keith. You did it. Yeah. ESP, celebrate good time. Come on. Yeah. Celebration. Good job. ESP. People in this chat are making money moves. Yep. Cardi B says Cardi B was a stripper. Now she's an overpaid entertainer. Do I relate to that? That's what I am. So I said, I ain't mad at that. Shout out to Cardi B. Me and her on the same page. Pat Go. Congrats, Keith. Say goodbye to the Hoosier State. Yeah. Pat Go has a dream of Arizona. And Pat Go, you will soon be celebrated as the Arizonian who did it. But as you said, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Don't look back. Keep going forward. Good job, Keith. Thanks, everyone. Blessings to you all. Keith, You on a whole nother level now, brother. Dan Diamond, we love you, and I appreciate everything about you, man. Keep going forward. Christina, Sam, what's your opinion on Daytona and St. Augustine to live? Don't like Daytona. St. Augustine is okay, but too crowded. It's the oldest city in America, just for a fun fact. I recommend Flagler Beach or Palm Coast. It's in the middle of those two things. That's my recommendation. Pack out. I know a deer that's moving to Florida from Michigan. Pat? Who is that deer? I'll tell you this. When you go to Florida in the winter during Christmas, the reindeer are next to a palm tree with Christmas lights. And is that inspiring? It'll melt your heart and it'll melt that snow right off your dirty boots. Praise the Lord. Sean, I've realized lately I need a mission. You need something to do. Can't lay around all day. That'll destroy your mental health and physical and financial. And that's the biggest negative. I am for social programs. I recognize people can't work, sometimes mentally, physically, emotionally. But the biggest negative with people on disability is they got too much time on their hands. Give them something to do. I don't even care if it's a coloring book, okay? Because they got all this time. They get in these dysfunctional relationships. They go to a liquor store more. Guys, make them go to the gym twice a day. That's it. And go on the damn treadmill. And they know what it is. They can watch the live feed and give a thumbs down. If you're so disabled, how can you go on a live feed? How do you have a driver's license? How'd you take a nap today? Yeah, it's a whole dynamic of they run shit now. They're smarter than their therapist. They're smarter than everyone, but they don't know. I believe that you should get the assistance because I recognize there are disabilities, and I'm glad we have those programs. But I also know there's a high level of dysfunction in society because too many people have too much idle time and it's destroying themselves. Fentanyl prescriptions are up. Alcohol's up. Mental health is down. Relationships are down. And we're going in the wrong direction. We don't need to go back where everyone fends for themselves. We need these programs, but we need reform. Now, if you're on disability, you got to go to the gym twice a day for 20 minutes, and you got to do a coloring book. And if you're physically disabled, okay, then now, okay, you have to go and do a positive training on how to interact with people online. You know, some type of I got to do training on my job. Sometimes I got to enter into a portal. And if you're online right now watching this, you know how to get online. You know how to create a profile. The biggest exposure to every psychopath who claims they can't not vote for Trump, they can't do this, they can't do that. The biggest exposure is if you can't do it, then why are you able to do so many fake profiles and cause so much havoc online? I know why. Because you are a liar. Okay. And I know you by your fruit. Because if you were really that bad off, you could never do the despicable things you do online. Okay. And that's a disgrace. And it's a disservice. And you should not be enabled to live that life as far as bringing it on other people. If you want to live in your corner, you live in your corner. Okay. But the insane cannot run an insane asylum. Okay. The people, okay, who are mentally ill, who are not doctors, should not be giving medical advice. Okay. The people who are undereducated and ignorant should not be all of a sudden the authority on who's a sheep. Okay. We need, okay, to expose. The good people need to speak up. The productive people, not the people taking naps who have all these profiles who are the loudest voice online. Because, guys, the highly productive people, and the only reason, guys, I'm online this much is because I don't have a family, I don't have kids. This is a side hustle. The highly productive people, they don't spend this much time online. And if they do, they're in, they're out. They got kids, they got family, they got jobs. Okay. And the people who do social media as purely a financial tool, they don't read the comments. Once in a while, they reply to someone, say, "Oh my God, I can't believe you read my comment." And they give out blue wrenches. Guys, we don't do that over here. I treat you like an adult. I know some people don't realize what that is because their whole life they've been treated like a child. Even now, they're the working person in a household, and they're used to getting treated like a baby by their non-working significant other or their non-working child. They run the house. Be out your damn mind. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I wish a motherfucker would, okay? But let's stay positive, okay? Let's stay positive. I got to take a hydration break, yeah. I know I missed some comments. We'll get to them. If I miss them, just let me know. Keith, thank you again. Twisted, yep, read it. ESP was congratulating. Yeah, I read the Cardi B. Keith, yeah. Oh yeah, that was Christina, and that Pat Go with the deer. Yeah, Sean was saying that. Sean was saying, yeah, I need a mission. I need a sense of purpose. Well, when in doubt, go for a walk. DoorDash if you got a driver's license. Go to the gym. Don't take naps. You'll figure the rest out. Everything flows through self-care. When in doubt, don't watch politics. Don't watch UFOs. Yeah, when in doubt, work on yourself and you'll figure out the rest. He goes, I'm having fun not working or volunteering for a while. Don't volunteer, work. Because volunteering, okay, is for people who don't want to work on themselves. The Federal Reserve and government programs are there. Volunteering, I've done a lot of it, and it's a lot of wasted time. We need more workers, less volunteers. The workforce is low, not volunteer force. You ever see 2 unemployed people giving out free food? No. We don't need that, guys. We got the Federal Reserve. Time to get the hand to the plow. 45 semi-retired. I'm not mad if you're semi-retired, but then you got to take the same structure of your day that you did for most of your adult life, and you got to apply it. There's nothing wrong with retiring early. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to work, but you still need to structure your day. Why? Your mental health. That's how you deal with life. Your physical health. That's how you deal with life. Why? Your time management is an IQ measurement. Everyone, I just spit fire fact. I'll tell you right now, that's all the value you ever need in life. You show me how someone manages their time, and I'll show you their IQ. Or even if they're not super intelligent, doesn't matter. Most people are average. I'll show you their character. You show me someone who doesn't respect time or is too anal. You show me how someone deals with time. I'll show you their life. Now, we've all been young. Have I been young? Yes. Have I took naps? Yes. Guys, it all depends on your age. I opened up the live feed about this. But what I'm telling you is if you're 45 and you are acting like you're 14, watching cartoons on Saturday with milk dripping off your beard, eating Lucky Charms, trolling online. Yeah, you may got a disability, but you should be doing a coloring book for the government, okay? And you need to be given some programs to do because you got too much time on your hands. You doing that shit. Yeah, let's stay positive. He goes, but that don't twerk for me. Well, like I said, you know you better than me. But you got to work on self-care. Christina? Pat Go. Yeah, Pat Go's on fire. Always funny. Great sense of humor, Pat Go. Pat Go. I know a grizzly bear that shaves its legs. I like girls hairy. And lives in a van in a desert. Well, I don't like ugly girls that live in a van in a desert with hairy legs. I'm talking about good-looking girls. I ain't lying about that. So, yeah. Now, are there any good-looking girls with hairy legs living in the desert? Guys, 90% of the population ugly. Okay. The 10% that look good, most of them are taken. So what you're looking for, if you're looking for a good-looking person to get with, either their spouse just died and they didn't kill them, or they're going through a breakup and they don't want to spend Valentine's Day alone, or you got very, very lucky. But chances are you're going to get an ugly or average-looking person that doesn't really stimulate you, but house prices are so inflated, you just settle for a fucking shithole. Yeah, nah, I'll stay single, man. I'll tell you, I ain't lying about that. Yeah, let's take about it. ESP, Pat Go, you know Bob too? Yeah, see, that's that bear talk. I don't do that bear talk. I do that pelican talk, but I respect you both. Christina's laughing. Yeah, I don't know what we were talking about with that point, yeah, but laughter is good for the soul. Pat Go's laughing with ESP. Yeah. Backslash. Automotive streetwear. What does that mean? That means he is the apparel designer of the future. He is the Kanye West. He is the person you want to see if you're trying to capitalize off t-shirts, hoodies, or anything apparel. You say, Inspirational Nomad, when are these t-shirts coming? So I keep telling you guys, we got to do a lot of quantity for the profit margin to be worth it. And right now, we got 72 people watching. Okay. And out of those 70, guys, out of my 26,000 plus subscribers, okay, less than 100 people watch the live feeds, less than 20 interact on a high level. How many t-shirts are we going to sell? 100? Guys, it take me, okay, 10 weeks to work with Backslash and the fucking Teespring and to test all this shit. And then it take another 10 weeks to deliver those. And then I still got to pay taxes on that. I got all this overhead. And I say, you know what? 20 weeks passed. I made anywhere from $500 to $1,000 pre-tax. I could have made more in 1 week doing DoorDash. And that's why the procrastinator doesn't understand. I put more energy into DoorDash than I did YouTube because I knew DoorDash would yield a profit. Now I stopped it. Why? Because again, my main job is the anchor. DoorDash, I wanted to work it. And once you work it, and you should work it for at least 3 months to know your market, know your numbers, and know the system. Then once you work it, you want to put it back on the back pedal and put YouTube back on the higher priority. That's fine. But remember, life is about prioritizing shit based on where you're at. 2 years ago, when YouTube was paying me less than minimum wage, I said, okay, main job priority here, number one. Okay. YouTube now is going from number 2 to number 3, and I'm moving DoorDash up here. Why? I need to collect the data and get the experience. So I do DoorDash 3-4 months, okay? And I was like, oh, okay, now I know what it is. I know how much time, effort, I know the system, etc. And even though it always changes a little bit, but I kind of know it. Okay? Now what do I want to do? I said, and I kept doing YouTube, okay, but just different priority level. Okay? So then, all right, I'll put DoorDash back to 3, okay, and then I'll put YouTube back to 2. Still got the investments there, circling 3 and 4, and that's what you do. Now again, is my way the only way? No, but that general structure of how you prioritize your life is the way. Okay. So, never forget that. Backslash. Here in Michigan, I fed deer in my backyard every day. Oh, you feed deer every day in your backyard? That's awesome. Yeah, I knew a guy used to feed like apples and stuff to deer. Backslash, I saw something. I tried to help it, but I didn't know what to do. When I was walking today, I saw a seagull with a broken wing. And it was walking because it couldn't fly. When I was young, I remember trying to help a bird with a broken wing, but not much you can do. You can wrap it, but then you gotta keep it in the house for like 8 weeks. I can't do that now. I looked up animal control. I don't know if they would even come for a broken wing seagull, but they were closed. There was no 24/7 hotline. And my heart was crushed. Because what's the seagull now going to die in the street? And I questioned God. I said, God, why would you let that thing suffer like that? What could I do? It really fucked with me because I don't want to just watch. Man, it's like, what can you do? I don't know, man. Anyone ever deal with that? Pago. Oh, Bob Villa is the devil. Bob Villa renovated a van in the parking lot of Winn-Dixie, double devil. In Leesburg, Florida, triple devil. Leesburg, Florida, you might as well stay in Kentucky. Good job, Paco. Sean? Just joking. I love you, brother. By the way, there was a Coast to Coast AM. What's that? George Noory show about Florida swamp apes. Okay. Skunk apes, Bigfoot. Okay. Couple days ago. Haven't listened to it yet. That sounds like where Brian Laundrie hiding. Yeah, see, I don't go to that part of Florida where there's swamp ass, George Noory, skunks and shit. I go to the elitist section where there's a lot of Starbucks, there's a lot of fucking rich milfs, okay, and a lot of a lot of gyms with chicks looking good. All the 10% good looking chicks down there. That shit, like, I don't do what Brian Laundrie did. Like, I don't go like, guys. If I was ever on the run, you're not gonna say like you're not gonna say inspirational nomad took his hiking gear and he went into the fucking swamp reserve. No. Guys, if I'm ever on the run, you look at the Starbucks, you look at the Planet Fitness, you look at every rich milf, you look at her second house. You don't go looking at no damn reserve and no hiking trail. I'm not on the Appalachian Trail, guys, if I'm on the run. You know what I mean? That's not the type of guy I am, you know. That shit's crazy. Thank you for sharing that, brother. I appreciate you, Sean. Back up. Are you related to Matthew Broderick, the actor? Tony, what's up, brother? Shout out to Canada, man. Tony, just joined in. What's up, brother? What's this about, Sam? You know what it is. Moving into Hoosier State now? Hell no. You know what it is. Spending quality time with my mom, and then I'm going back down to the elitist South Florida, where all the good-looking, successful people go. And we tell everyone else you missed out on life. And what do? They say, we know, but we want to watch your videos. I said, all right, well, one's getting uploaded tomorrow. Good job, Tony. A lot of Dunkin' Donuts in the Hoosier State. Don't worry about that, brother. Ain't gonna catch me in that motherfucker. I love you, Tony. Peyton Nolan. Oh, Peyton Nolan, I missed this. Damn, Peyton Nolan, forgive me, brother. Peyton Nolan, 499 Super Chat. Shout out to your devotion. Thank you, Peyton Nolan, forgive me. Show up and keep pushing. Peyton Nolan, thank you. Peyton Nolan, you've been a blessing to me. I don't know what your dream is. You tell me, Peyton Nolan. I don't know what your dream is. Okay. But I know this. Okay. Your comments have never been condescending. They've never been contentious. They've never been that of such, I need to order you to go fucking do a meaningless task. You, if nothing else, at least, okay, have a positive attitude. And when in life you're trying to figure out what do I have going for myself, if you're butt ugly, if you ain't got that much money, if you got a positive attitude, believe it or not, you're doing better than someone with a negative attitude. You say, nah, I don't believe that. This negative person, they're rich, they banging these chicks. I want to tell you guys, for me, I could be like around anyone I want. I can adapt to almost any situation. And there is no incentive for me to ever want to be around negative people. None. Money, looks, none. And anyone of good character, they'll tell you just like that. Because the whole reason you want to get ahead is so you can choose who you can be around. And I don't care what they bring to the table. If someone's got a negative ass mindset and they're toxic, guys, that's the whole reason I sacrifice. So I don't got to be around that shit as much as I can. So Peyton, I appreciate you. Pago. Is he moving to the Hoosier State? You guys are delusional. The Bob Villa? Nah, Pago, you know what it is. We South Florida for life. I love you, though. Tony, as soon as Sam said that people with disabilities should have to do something, the number of thumbs down, shut up. Most people on disability, they're addicted to YouTube. Yeah, they got too much time on their hands. That's the fact. Let's be honest. Yeah, that's true. Christina, even though, now, like I got Sabrina, I think she was on disability. She was in the Army. Okay. And she's very positive. So it doesn't mean it applies to every single person. Okay. But like everything, guys, you guys know what I'm talking about. And I'm sure Sabrina knows too. Sabrina not stupid. Anyone who's on disability and they know you got too much time on your hands, you don't even tell you damn no. Okay. So you work on yourself. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means work on your life. That's all. Fuck. We all got to work on our life. We're all dealing with life. I'm dealing with shit. Yeah. Every day I'm dealing with shit. I got to deal with it too. So do you. Okay. Good job, Tony. Christina. Thank you for the recommendation, Sam. Love to you, Christina. I appreciate you. Flagler Beach and Palm Coast if you're going to live in Northeast Florida. Never forget it. Pat Go. Sam, who would you rather have as a neighbor? Bob Wells or Rusty 797? Neither. Why? Bob Wells, well, I respect his positivity overall. I got to be honest. The guy is overall, at least he presents himself positive. Rusty, I respect. Even though I don't watch him that much anymore, I respect. He inspired me to do what I was doing. I respect both. I think I would get along with either as a neighbor, okay? Because I think they have a similar philosophy where you don't bother me, I don't bother you, give each other space, and we're all three of us are capitalist. So I think we would get along great. But I think we all know we need a lot of space. That's the type of people we are. Good question, though. Gianna, what's up, Gianna? Shout out to you. I bought my sister, oh boy, a smartphone. And she said she still can't set up her Walmart grocery. But she knows how to do Facebook and join groups and comment. She wants me to order the food. Gianna, it sounds like you are an indentured servant to your entire family. And that doesn't sound like it's going to change anytime soon. So what should you do? Well, I always tell you guys, you got your own situation. And I always tell you guys, I'm intense. But I always tell you guys, if you're asking me and not your own family, and you know like I know, something broken out that motherfucker, okay? Because you know like I know. You know, if you're spending time with me tonight, okay, and you're not spending time with the people you live with, something broken in your shit, and you got to fix it. You got to deal it. But I have empathy. And Gianna, you're a star. You had 6 kids. It sounds like you're dealing with all... It sounds like you're in a steel cage. You're in a Royal Rumble. And like people just keep coming in the ring, you know, and you get 1 kid out, 2 more come back, and you're trying to figure out what's going on and give them a smartphone. I'll tell you, Gianna, this is what I would tell you. This is a message of hope because I see that you're a woman of faith. You try to keep the faith. Your gracious attitude and your faith is literally your saving grace. Now, the only thing, though, that's going to change your situation is when you put your faith into works and you say to yourself, if I have the ability to have 6 kids, if I had the ability to get through those worst times, because if you had 6 kids, my mom had 3, and I know what she went through, and my father went through, if you've gotten through the teenage years, don't tell me you don't know how to deal with someone who's fucking with you, okay? You don't tell me you don't know how to deal with someone who's ungrateful. And that doesn't mean you hit them. It doesn't mean you yell at them because I'm anti that. But it means boundaries and it means loving consequences for adults. And when adults don't understand that, guys, I'm moving and you ain't coming with me. Why? Because you're an adult. And if you can't live on your own, that's why they have voucher programs for subsidized housing. That's why they have EBD cards, okay? And that's why they have social workers, okay? Because you are none of those 3, Gianna. You are a grown woman now. You've raised 6 kids, and you do not owe the world the rest of the little bit of joy and strength you have left in your soul. Now is your time to stop ordering pizza, to stop paying for all storage units, and to fucking never accept a blue wrench. Why? Because you're strong enough. You don't need no damn validation from others. But I understand, just like I understand with my mom, you're probably still going to deal with this shit even after all the good shit I said. So what do I tell you? I tell you the same thing I tell my mom. I love you. And that's your business. And that gives me the strength also. I know she's got to figure that out. And when she really needs to, when she's pushed against the wall, she will. But I also have to do what I need to do. And that's why I always tell you guys, that's life. We all have to deal with it. ESP. At Gianna. Laughing. Sounds like she doesn't need to order. Sounds like she wants you to pay. Yeah, ESP smart as hell. To me, Gianna, you know what that sounds like? She wants a blue wrench. Yeah, that's what she sounds like. Yeah, Gianna, you need to tell her, go get a blue wrench, because she on some baby shit. Yeah, that's what she sound like. ESP nailed that too. She know about the hustle game. Sean, as far as when in doubt, keep it moving. I'm not a nomad on the road. Okay. But I listen to my instinct every day. No, that's a general good philosophy that I would apply to anything. Yeah. What's weird is when general anxiety and paranoia seems to cloud the instinct. Anxiety comes from unused energy. Anxiety comes from oversleeping. Anxiety comes from overthinking. And you're doing those things because you're not doing something with your body. You got too much time on your hand. Thus, that's why I go back to the standpoint of people, we all have anxiety. Some people have it worse than others. Some people do have disabilities. But everyone should be using their time in a productive way so they minimize the amount of anxiety and stress they have in their life. That's your best life. That's how you deal with life. Now, let's take a hydration break. We're on fire tonight. Click that thumbs up. Thank you for all the gracious love. Share the video with everyone you know who's trying to get you to order their food. But remember, they're probably not going to like my channel. Why? Because I don't give out blue wrenches. So they may say, man, fuck you, man. I say, all right, man, I don't fuck with you either. Shit, you know. Pat Bingo. Yeah, we on fire tonight. Target emoji. Sean. I'm still midlife crisis. All good. Well, you'll figure it out. Why? Because I've been there. And when you're in a low point, what should you do? Self-care. Same answer. Why? Because when you stay down, the world keeps kicking you. So you might as well keep showing up, keep getting direct deposits. Because if you think you quit your job, you think you're proving something. You're not proving anything. All you're doing is now you're making your life harder. Now you got a worse midlife crisis. And if you think doing nothing, even if you're financially straight, is better, well, now you got worse health, mentally and physically. You're less creative and you're more depressed. So you basically built your own grave. Yeah, now you don't have to work. You beat the system, but you just beat yourself. Yeah, don't beat yourself, guys. Life hard enough. ESP, Sean, sounds like you're a Coast Insider. What's that? Twister, there's a Buddhist quote I read the other day. Okay. A dog isn't called a dog because of his bark, but because of his behavior. Yeah, that's pretty much measured people by the fruit of their tree. Okay. Similar, a human is judged on his behavior, not by his way he talks. I agree with that. Look, bottom line is you look at people's life, their actions. At the end of the day, all of us, including me, we need grace, okay? But you know the people who are drinking from the Slurpee cup of grace, okay? And you know people who are trying to do the best they can to actually improve. And that all that takes is a little bit of common sense, very little religion, and any of us can make up a nice quote about a dog or a tree or fruit. But the bottom line is, when you smell bullshit, there's bullshit, okay? If you want the Inspirational Nomad Bible version, my interpretation, if you smell bullshit, there's bullshit in a blue wrench somewhere, okay? So don't overthink that motherfucker, okay? Keep it moving, okay? Yeah, I ain't lying about that. Back up. Pat Go says, you know what's after midlife crisis? The I'm running out of crisis. I'm there. Well, hey, you still got Florida? I'm there. Pat, here's my quote. A deer that wears a thong is a slut. Hey, well, you know what I say? Don't slut shame. Why? Because I watch porn with thongs. Yeah, I don't watch porn with people wearing, a long sleeve. Well, sometimes I watch like clothes porn, like people wearing clothes and having sex. But hey, guys, look, I don't judge as long as you're not hurting someone. Twister's laughing. Good. Laughter's good for soul. / Pitcher and Sam in hiking gear. Yeah, I'll tell you, that's a comedy act because that ain't never going to happen, guys. I don't hike. I like flat land. I like bikinis. Like I said, I look at that country lot. That's a possibility. But, I ain't going to be doing no country shit. I'm just going to use that if I get that as a home base. I'm doing the elitist shit, where I got some investments on the side. I'm doing technical shit in the laptop. I got side hustles, you know what I mean? And I'm working out and I'm on that, like, I don't know, like, I'm not doing like, oh, yeah, it's time for me to go live off grid and hike the trails. Hell no, I ain't doing none of that shit. No, I ain't doing that. I'm paying an electric bill, guys. I ain't doing that. That's why I would get a home base. I wouldn't get a home base to live off solar. I'm getting a home base to pay a Florida light and gas or whatever the fuck they do, Where are we at? Twisted Laughing? Yeah, Sean. Coast to AM is old school radio show. Late night nationwide on AM radio. Well, yeah, I stopped. When I stopped listening to AM radio, Sean, when I was in New Jersey and I was obese, I would eat about 4 breakfast sandwiches before I went to work. And I would listen to AM Boomer and Carton on the Fan sports radio. And what do I do now? I wake up, I get Starbucks. I eat a banana with 1 slice of whole grain bread and a protein bar. And I get a Trenta Pike with steamed soy and 2 Trenta ice waters. And I think about, maybe the girl. And then I watch a little thing on YouTube. I upload my YouTube down and go to the gym. AM radio is for people who have too much time on their hands. Yep, there we go. AM radio is for people who have too much time on their hands. Popular with truckers. They got too much time on their hands. Trucking's a hard job because you got to sit for a long period of time. And the other night shift workers. Well, I've worked a night shift. I never drove a truck. I respect them both. But I've been there. Yeah, I lived that life. UFOs, conspiracy theory type stuff. Yep, that's for people too much time on their hands. Now, again, shout out to the truckers. They're working hard. But that's the hard part about working. They'd be better off listening to a balanced array. Like even me, when I watch YouTube, like that's why I stopped watching Rusty a little. I stopped watching something. To me, and even you guys, you may have to stop listening to me. There's a certain point where you get it, okay? Now, it's like you don't want to overconsume if you get it. Now you go into something else. Keep your mind evolving, Good job, though. Cartoon Mark, what's up, brother? Showing up, and I appreciate you showing up, brother. Thank you, Cartoon Mark. All right. You got me cracking up. Good. I love you all my heart. Cracking up with the swamp ass. Yeah, we don't do that over here. And George Norrie, I never even heard of this guy for tonight. I got headphones on. Yeah, don't let her hear you. Yeah, Cartoon Mark, don't let your girl actually hear that you're happy in life. So what's going on in there? Yeah, I got a guy, good guy. I love this guy. He's got a girl, like if I talk to him on the phone and we start laughing, and if he's having a good time, so what's going on there? Why are you laughing? What's wrong? Yeah, like if he's actually enjoying life, something's wrong. Yeah, that's how you know he's in the wrong spot. He goes, I got headphones on. She says, what? Yeah, what are you sticking at? Yep. That's why I tell you, sell the house and tell, hey, this is what you tell a real estate agent to put in the description of the house listing. House for sale, furniture included, as is, includes wife and kids. Yeah. You say, well, that's wrong. I say, well, hey, you know what's wrong? Your significant other not understanding why you're laughing. Laughter is good for soul. I'm just playing. I love you, but a little bit of truth. Cartoon Mark, I love you. I appreciate you showing up. I love you. I love you. I love you. Keep showing up. Sean, retract it. Back up. Yeah, I miss the original guy. And also, Cartoon Mark's smart, and he probably figured it out by now. If you guys live with someone else, you probably don't want me on speaker. Why? Because I'm going to say your wife is the devil. I'm like, ESP was listening to me. I'm going to talk about like masturbation and people she was in a parking lot with her windows down. Everyone heard her. Guys, all my videos are for adults. And if you're dealing with people who don't understand this type of next dimension of self-improvement, if you live with someone who takes a nap, if they hear what I got to say, they ain't gonna like it. Okay? If you live with someone, okay, who has a storage unit, they are not gonna like my channel, okay? So you gotta be very careful who you share my channel with. Even though share a channel, why? Let's put me in the algorithm of success. Pat Go. Yeah, I missed the original guy on Coast to Coast. I forgot his name. I have no idea what we're talking about. But can still listen to the old shows on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know that, Sean. To Pat Go. Pretty sure I'm not related to Matthew Broderick, but someone thought we were once and invited us to the family reunion, really? But didn't communicate much after that. That's interesting. Pat Go. Well then, F them. Yeah, damn right. Gianna. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, you know what it is, Gianna. Andy G. What's up, brother? Hey, bud. Hope all's well. Thank you. I hope all's well with you too, man. Andy. Drinking from, the sloppy cup of grace. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. What a quote. Hey, guys, we're writing the scriptures tonight. Thank you. Good job. Sean at ESP. Yep. And, Sean at Pat. Yep. All right. I think I read all the comments. I'm exhausted. I've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. I showed up. I did the best I could. We had a structured topic. We freestyled the rest. And we're going to go from there. So guys and girls, you know what it is. I hope my videos help, inspire, encourage you, motivate you, light a fire under your ass. But mainly, all they do is, again, spark something to improve your life. How you should improve your life and what you should do is your individual circumstance. But self-care is the core of the message. And living a better life instead of accepting misery is the message. Why? Because if that's not our goal, guys, fuck it. it might as well be over. And I don't want to get to that point. I don't want to be hiking Appalachian Trail. I want to be living a vida loca. That's my goal. That's what kept me warm living in my vehicle 2 winters in Florida. That's what allows you to persevere through the pain, is you got to keep the Miami sound machine playing in your mind. Boom, 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 boom. You got to go with that. Okay. You got to make it happen. No one understands you. Everyone thinks you're crazy, but everyone's watching you. Why? Because everyone is dealing with life and they hate their life too. So they're actually they're looking to see if you make it or fail, but they also say, well, if he makes it, maybe I got a shot. You damn right you got a shot. Okay. Look at all the shit you've been through. You think you can't do this? You can do this. But don't be delusional. If you can't not take a nap, that's what you got to work on first. So you say, yeah, I want to sell my house. I want to have YouTube as a revenue source. I want to have investments. I said, okay, great. But remember where I started, self-care. You got to stop taking a nap. Okay. You got to, work on your healthy habits. You got to develop yourself, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. You don't just show up, guys, like, oh, yeah, I'm here, guys. Let's just do crazy shit. You got to go through the pain. You don't want to show up. You feel embarrassed. You feel scared. But you got to remember, it's just one day at a time. Why? Because look, if you start to, you can't, one day at a time. Andy, have a great night, Sammy. Thank you. Glad I caught the end of the live feed. You left an awesome comment. I appreciate you doing a sloppy grace comment. I'm glad you picked up on that. All right, guys and girls, we're done. God bless. See you next one.